World Finals starts, and we've got a bunch of the storylines to follow, plus that Rumley 6 showed up with a weird piece on it. We'll also talk Xtreme and USAC midgets and breaking dirt late model silly season news. Let's go. It's Wednesday, November 5th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. We'll get to a bunch of stuff here shortly, including that breaking news, but first, a quick message from today's show sponsor. I've got 4 words for you: red hot reels action. I don't know why I just like saying red hot reels, but it is turning cold out there. The dirt racing season is coming to an end, but you can turn up the heat this fall with DraftKings Casino. The #1 online casino experience just got even better with the addition of a whole line of cash eruption games. That includes classic fan favorite Cash Eruption, plus Hug and Cash, Power Surge, Big Bank Breakout, Coins and Clovers, and many more. If you want to check out any of these games, I've teamed up with DraftKings Casino to get new players 500 spins over 10 days on Cash Eruption games when they sign up using promo code DIRTRACKR and wager just $5. That's 500 spins on Cash Eruption games for new players over 10 days when they wager $5 and sign up using promo code DIRTRACKR. That's DIRTRACKR. DraftKings Casino is available on your Android or iOS device, or you can play at casino.draftkings.com. Besides Cash Eruption, they've got all your favorite casino games, and they're constantly dealing new and exciting ways to play. And DraftKings makes online play as easy as possible with simple sign-up and fast deposits. Download the app now and enjoy the game time all the time with DraftKings Casino. As you watch this show right now, cars are already rolling over at World Finals to begin the final big event of the year for the World of Outlaws and Super Dirt Car Series. Today is all about hot laps and qualifying for all 3 series. Things kind of rotate between the sprint cars, late models, and modifieds until everybody finishes up. Looking at my race pass, they've got 48 sprint cars, 71 late models, and 47 big block modifieds. A lot of good race cars, and we should see some good action over the next few days. One of the questions from YouTube channel members this week was from Right Rear Racing, and they wanted to know about track conditions at Charlotte. Obviously, we saw things were pretty challenging this past weekend with the World Short Track Championship. The good thing is we haven't had any rain here in the Charlotte area since last week, and today was pretty warm in the lower 70s with a breeze. So hopefully the track will be in much better shape with the extra days for things to dry out. And I would expect better for World Finals than we saw just a few days ago. There won't be a ton of championship intrigue this week as Bobby Pierce, David Gravel, Matt Williamson, they all have solid leads in the standings. There are a lot of other storylines to follow, including drivers and new cars, and plenty of big names are in attendance to steal some wins. A few notes on these fronts. This is Sheldon Haudenschild's final weekend with the Stenhouse Junior Marshall team. They did bring out a second car, though, with Spencer Basin, as he'll be that team's full-time driver next year. So you're going to see 2 NOS 17s this weekend, plus the NOS 7BC. We're also getting the debut of Tanner Holmes with Buick Motorsports before they go full-time high-limit racing next year, and Dazen Persley is in the Casey Kane 9. Remember, he's effectively taking over the full-time seat there with Brad Sweet's retirement. We've also got Rico Abreu in the field. Dale Blaney has that crazy 10 car here. Corey Day is racing. Ty Gibbs is making his track debut with Chad Boat's car. Kerry Madsen is making his final starts with TSR. Ricky Thornton Jr. is back in a wing sprint car, and Knoxville Nationals winner Ryan Timms is checked in. A few late model notes. Overall, this is about as good a field as you're just going to find all season. Dalton Wilson back in the Big Frog Ride. Hudson O'Neal is in Kevin Rumley 6. Chris Madden is entered. So is Mike Marler. Turbo Racing, he's fresh off that National 100 win. And Donald Bradsher is driving his Paler Motorsports 93 and not Carson Ferguson. Keep an eye on Glenn Stiers, too. He's entered in all 3 divisions this week. The big block field has all the big names that you would expect. Max McLaughlin entered as well. If you're not in town, proceedings are live over on Dirt Vision all week. One other thing to mention about the Rumley 6 car here, and Kyle McFadden from Flow Racing posted about this on social media, and I have a photo of it after a trip through the pit area today. That 6 has an interesting air inlet on the hood. Normally, you see that rounded deflector piece around the air cleaner, but this is obviously much different than that. A very unorthodox shape and that inlet to let air pass through. If the 6 is bad fast tonight, maybe we'll start seeing qualifying hoods on late models, or at the very least, maybe qualifying inlets on late models. At Millbridge last night, Jacob Denney wrapped up his championship season with the feature win. He went 6 to the victory and benefited this time from not being involved in the crash before halfway. That one did take out pole sitter Brent Cruz and some other leaders. Monday winner Carter Sarf ended up second with Cameron Key in third. Incredibly dominant season here from Denney, and I think he's one to watch here in the coming years. He went from pretty much an unknown Ohio driver to now a national midget title in a very short span of time. We'll see now what he can do to finish the USAC midget season. They begin their final run to the end, not this weekend, but next weekend out in California. They've got 2 nights at Placerville, Plaza Park, Tulare, Merced, Kern, and Turkey Night through the end of the month. A lot of special guests will be mixed in here. Kyle Larson is going to race. Carson Macedo is going to run some nights. I think we might see Buddy Kofoid and some others. Kenna McIntosh leads the USAC midget standings currently, but 4 drivers are within 72 points. That includes Denney, plus Justin Grant and Kevin Thomas Jr., so that thing's still wide open here with 7 nights to go. Moving on, there was some breaking dirt late model silly season news here just a little bit ago as I write this, and this involves a story we've been following here for a few months. I told you guys later in August that Hunt the Front was considering a full Lucas run in 2026, partnering up with JCM Motorsports. Joseph Joyner drove JCM's 19M machine in a bunch of Lucas races to close out 2025 after Spencer Hughes departed. I was a bit surprised we hadn't heard anything official on this yet, but this afternoon, Hunt the Front went live to their supporters and shared they will not be going Lucas racing next year. The offer was on the table from JCM owner Colton Miller for Joyner to get the full-time seat, but in the live stream, Joseph revealed it was his decision to turn the ride down. Joyner informed Miller of his decision in a call this week. He said if this was 5 years ago, there wouldn't have even been a question. He would have taken the deal, but at this time, it just didn't feel like the right direction for him and Hunt the Front as a whole. So for next season, you'll see a lot of the same from Hunt the Front in terms of their schedule. My assumption here is another full Hunt the Front series run, plus filling in with other shows that make sense. Jonathan Joyner said they are also working out sponsorship details for 2026, including future involvement from Kubota. And just for transparency, Kubota also the presenting sponsor here, if that wasn't already abundantly clear. There are still a number of other things Hunt the Front is working out, including which cars they'll run. They're going to need a new truck and trailer and more. The team will be in action at the Dome in December, and they're running the finale at Cherokee. Joseph Joyner turning down JCM now means that they need a driver, and it seems clear that Miller wants to continue running his team full-time with Lucas. I'm sure now that the Joyner news is out, Miller's phone will be ringing off the hook with interested drivers. We obviously know Dalton Wilson is a free agent, as is Donald McIntosh. Outside of those guys, though, really, there's not a whole lot of other guys available. Miller would likely need to hire someone who already has a ride or pull up a regional driver. But we'll see what direction he decides to go. That's it for the show today. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday out there. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.